Okay, kids, let's
Let's
go.
begin the Spatula City.
There has been an awakening.
There has been an awakening in Spatula City.
Star Wars Episode 10, Spatula City. Spatula Galaxy.
What have we here?
Galaxy City.
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Rough and scruff.
Holy shit. Thanks C3P.
Yeah, I haven't shaved in a long time.
Shave today.
Hello there.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
I summon you, Dangus Nation.
We're getting frisky today. Oh, yeah. Back at it.
This is episode 258, y'all.
258.
Welcome. Welcome. How we doing? Mopar, how you doing through this quote-unquote winter storm warning?
Yeah, a little underwhelming, you might say.
Per usual.
Yeah, we usually do get a little more than the downtown area, but I was expecting to be snow all day. I had weather advisories from like midnight last night to tomorrow, which would be Tuesday for everybody.
Yeah.
It's still like supposed to be tomorrow at like noon is when it's supposed to stop. It's raining ice balls right now, and that's about it. Do you got the sleet?
Yeah, we got a little bit of sleet, but I want to ask you, how can it be raining anything other than rain?
It rains ice balls. See,
Isn't
that's
part of the word? That's part of the term.
It doesn't rain snow.
It snows
rain,
snow.
Rain is a style of falling.
It's true. I guess it does just rain water at the end of the day, huh? Okay. I was just going to ask you if it can only be raining rain.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? It can only be snowing snow.
See, when I say so, mine's more of like an adjective of how the precipitation is falling. Snowing is like lightly like snow.
Pitter pattering back and forth.
But sleet can still do that if it's light enough. It can like snow sleet if it's light enough. Ice balls.
Okay.
It is straight downpouring ice balls out here. So it's raining ice.
Wouldn't you say it's lightly hailing?
That's what I thought. That did cross my mind.
I'm just challenging your weatherman aesthetic
because
right
it's hollow ice balls.
Hollow ice balls. Okay. You got out there and investigated those guys, huh?
I tasted a few.
Yeah.
They're aerated. Yeah, they're aeration.
No material on the inside of those ice balls.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, there's your weekly weather report, everybody.
Good day.
You can't start an episode properly without that. Yeah, I am consistently underwhelmed by Columbus's performance of snowfall.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely, from where we're from, you guys don't need to hear this again, but we're just used to so much snow that when they say 5 inches, we get 10. When they say 3 inches, we get 12 feet.
And here it's the opposite. They say 5 inches, we get 5 centimeters.
Yeah, it is very underwhelming. Actually, just recently, only once this year, they mentioned 3 inches like across the Columbus area, and I think we got probably 6 or 7. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's kind of few and far between.
Yeah, it's always just on my mind because the mothers and the in-laws like to text because all they do, first thing they do every morning, check the weather. So they always message us and they're like, "Hey, you guys better watch out. You're about to get a blizzard." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, okay. I'll text at the end of the day, let you know if we got anything."
Yeah.
That's the case every time. So,
and we're set up much differently than probably most of you fuckers, where even if we did get snow, it ain't gonna last long. They're on top of it. They've got the resources to get that shit off the roads for the most part, unless it's just overwhelmed, which has never happened.
Speaking of snow, shouts out to Turkey Sandwich. They're getting a dang old blizzard out in the Great Plains.
Yeah, I actually saw
Kansas, I think.
Parts of Texas were 0 degrees outside.
Oh, wow.
Not wind chill. 0 degrees in Texas. In
That's
parts
rare
of Texas.
for Texas.
Yeah, my work, one of the headquarters for work, completely shut down today. So,
yeah, that's a big deal for them.
Yeah.
They're not used to that. Places like Dallas or Atlanta, they get snow. They're not prepared. It's a devastation out there.
Yeah.
So, may the force be with you if you're out where the snow usually doesn't fall.
Yeah. Watch out for the wampas.
Yeah. Good luck. Be careful.
They're deadly and furry.
Keep out away from the first marker. Don't go past it.
Feed the wampas. Don't feed them, even in captivity.
bring some extra tauntauns with you just in case.
Tauntaun. Yeah. We got some Star Wars news, some drama stuff around Cara Dune, obviously.
Yeah, I was wondering if you wanted to talk about that or if you didn't want to, but we'll talk about that.
Let's just brush through it.
Okay.
Let's brush it because obviously you guys don't come here to get political. You guys do the opposite.
Yes.
It's just shitty that has to happen, regardless of your viewpoint. It sucks that she has to not be a part of the show anymore because of her own actions. You know, it's like,
yeah,
I understand Disney's point of view. I actually lean towards that, but you know, it's like, it's just shitty. Like Cara Dune was a cool character. It was nice having her on there, but
yeah,
you know, shit sucks.
Yeah, that's where it's annoying. It's like, I guess it's a little different if it was a director or a writer or something, but when it's one of the actors, it's like you're basically removing that entire character from the future of any Star Wars storylines until a couple years and they revert their decision. I mean, remember they fired James Gunn from Marvel from working on Guardians of the Galaxy for some questionable tweets, and that lasted like 2 or 3 years, and then they reversed it and they announced that he's coming back for Guardians 3. So you never know, they could change their mind.
Yeah, I guess my thought point is you literally can say whatever the fuck you want. It is America, but there are consequences. That's all I'll say. And when you work for a company like Disney, you have to know that.
Well, also when you
have to know that
when you're an actor or a celebrity, it's
everything
you say is publicized no matter what. That's kind of just the line of work that you're in. Same thing with politicians. Like anything that you put on Twitter, if you're a public figure, you're spotlighting whatever that content is. So if it's questionable, you should probably think twice about that. So
right. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
She knew what she was getting into. You know, whatever.
Maybe she did. Maybe she did.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, she didn't know. So
it's just it's a bummer. I feel fairly split because I'm like, you know, Disney's a company, and if they don't want to work with you, they'll just fire you because they can do that. They're a company, so it doesn't really matter. On the other hand, I do feel like people should be able. I don't want it to seem like if you are an actor, you become successful, and now you should feel like you're restricted from saying certain things. I don't agree with that necessarily either. But when you're,
know what you signed up for. I'm gonna sing those because that's, dude, you're no longer fighting. You are in the public eye, and that's what you're asking for, and that's what you're getting paid to do is be in the public eye. And you're being paid by Disney, and again, they don't have to. Whatever. What we really want to talk about is the effects of it going forward for Mando.
Now, I think a couple episodes you were saying something about maybe a show revolving around Cara Dune.
Yeah.
And I said, and I don't know Gina Carano, obviously, but I said I don't think that she's a strong enough actress to carry a show.
Sure.
So on one hand, I think the character and the idea of the character is cool. And I think they were really going somewhere with her being some sort of, you know, marshal. And obviously Rangers of the New Republic seems like that show really revolves strongly around her. I don't think it will be the biggest loss. It's not like Pedro said something and got fired. And it's not like, you know, Luke Skywalker said something and got fired from the show. So I don't think it's as huge of a hit. I think they'll be able to, you know, find some clever ways to wrap that story around Cara Dune. You know, maybe she went out in a blaze of glory somehow.
You know, I do kind of agree with you with like she's not that deep of a character. Like how far can you pull, you know, the Cara Dune strings of, you know, and make it
a side character.
But, you know, I do think there is some potential with her and Bill Burr. What do you think about it, like a duo of an ex-rebel and an ex-Imperial working together for different stuff? I think that would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And then throw in a fucking random droid, maybe a brand new again. And it could be just, the new trio going around. I think that would be fun. And the different things that they come across and how they react to it would be, that'd be fun. I don't know.
Well, I was really hoping for, I guess when I was thinking of Rangers and how they described it, I was really thinking of like almost like a police force of some sort. That sounds a little dorky, but like some sort of police force in in the Star Wars galaxy. So you have like the Republic, you have like the Army and the Resistance, but then you also have smaller bands of, I would assume, is what the Rangers were supposed to be. Rangers is such a weird word too, though. It just reminds me of Power Rangers.
The other thing is that Rangers could be a special force because the Army Rangers are a special force. So
yeah,
it could be less cop, more
like some SWAT team or commando style situation.
Yeah. Take out that one guy.
Yeah.
Make it fucking happen. Go.
Black Ops, Spec Ops. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be really fucking cool to see. Some special ops, because we like get inklings of it with the clones.
Yep.
But we never dive in deep like that, where it's just following one band of characters to assassinate, a high-ranking officer, or however we want to do it. But
yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm predicting the way that they tie this up. I think they're going to have some sort of storyline where Cara Dune established something or started this new division for the New Republic, and it's being carried on by new characters that then tie into it. I think they're going to write it into some explanation, some little throwaway line or like an introduction to Rangers, just to kind of tie that loop.
Rangers.
That's my prediction. You know how good we are at predicting things.
Yeah, better than the weatherman.
Very true.
The sun might come up.
So that's the drama for the week.
Oh yeah.
There's always some lovely Star Wars drama happening.
Yeah, there's always something. Again, it just sucks. Whatever you want to do.
Everything sucks. Why even go online? Why are you listening to this podcast? Everything is, you may as well just stay inside.
We do have some Boba Fett news. We do have some Darth Maul news.
Oh, really?
Nothing.
We
big.
also have some DC news.
Oh!
And we also,
Duel last night,
and we also have some Marvel, not news, but stuff to catch up on.
WandaVision, yes. Let's do WandaVision. We're gonna wrap up with the Star Wars shit.
We'll talk. Yeah, it's fine. Save that for the end because I'm actually this is new to me, so this is brand new again to me. So I'm excited to hear what you have.
The Star Wars stuff,
as usual.
Small little leaks, potentials. That's all.
Yeah,
nothing.
I like when we don't pre-plan this. I have my own little list. You have your own little list, and we end up surprising each other, and it actually works out pretty well.
Unfortunately, I don't want to. Drambus out in Indiana already read through the second High Republic book.
Yeah, he's dedicated.
He's fucked.
He doesn't even listen to us anymore. He's 3 eons past us.
He's in the future. He lives in space right now.
Yes.
Admittedly, I knew I wasn't going to get to that book, probably even within the next 6 months. So I was like, fuck it, I'll listen to his review. I'm so mad. And I'm happy that I listened to his review of it. He did like a quick video that he sent to all of us jumbles in our chat.
Yeah.
And it was a good 4-minute long rant and he just kind of walked through how ridiculous it was.
Because he said he didn't like it in stark comparison to the first book, which he said he loved.
Yes. So I'm not going to spoil it, but admittedly, I'm glad I listened to his rant because I am not planning on reading that trash.
Oh no.
I hopefully maybe I saved you guys from reading it. Maybe you were gonna say, Mopar, that's one of my favorite books. You're an idiot. I hope that's the case. But
you hope two things at the same time?
I'm a hoper.
I hope that you guys hate it, and then if you didn't hate it, I hope that you didn't hate it.
Well, it's two faces of the same wash bucket. If you read it, I hope you enjoy it. If you don't read it, I hope I saved you some time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's funny.
Yeah, let's. All I'll say, I don't want to spoil anything.
Because I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
You'll read it. And again, it maybe
says the guy who hasn't read the first one yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're such fucking hypocrites on this show.
Absolute hypocrites. I started the audiobook on Audible, and it didn't hook me. And I got it was a decent amount. It was like maybe 5 chapters in, and I was just like,
Meh.
So
Meh.
that's what's going on at this liquidation sale.
Oh God.
I'm just very meh about everything right now. It's raining ice.
Yep.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Do you know all the vibes we put out over the past like 8 episodes about us trying to get jobs at Lucasfilm? We've just tanked our entire resume because we're just like, oh, the newest, biggest project that everyone loves and everyone's so excited about. Yeah, we haven't fucking listened to it. Or
what we've been asking for?
Yes. What I've been asking for like 5 years. Brand new. Stop listening to us. Do something unique and different timeline. Thank you. I didn't read it. Sorry.
No, I don't plan on reading it.
I don't know what you wanted from me.
Why did you make the book over 100 pages? This sucks.
This is what I said a couple weeks ago. I was like, Star Wars fans, they don't want that. They just want that. And then once it comes out, they want something new.
Yeah.
And I'm a Star Wars fan, so I fall into that, unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah. I kind of jumped off like the whole full novelization reading shit. I'm like short, quick, like comics. I'm still reading through the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics, the original.
Nice.
And like goddamn like Car and Driver shit. For how dumb that sounds, or I get
Car and Driver magazine, you mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or God damn it, what's the
You got to know the cubic inches
engineering
of
one
Emmys that are coming out.
like mechanical engineering.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So, yeah, I just been on the magazine thing. So,
I just get so into particular moods, and like when I am in a Star Wars mood, I am going to revisit that. I'm going to read the whole thing in like 4 days, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But I don't know. I was in a Game of Thrones mood for a while. Then I was in a Stephen King mood for a while. Now I'm in like a business book mood right now. So yeah, I'm just I'm not gonna learn about the new Jedi at this time of the hour.
it's not worth it.
But eventually I will. I'm in a huge Marvel mood right now, so like I'm excited to learn more about that. WandaVision is really doing it for me every single episode.
Really doing it.
Yeah,
it's such a cool thing to have a superhero, anything, and not have a bad guy, and it work. And you're like, why am I enjoying this?
Right.
I ask myself every time I watch the fucking thing.
The protagonist is also the antagonist at the same time.
Or
so we think. I don't know.
She's gone straight loony bin.
So I always watch recaps.
Spoiler for WandaVision. All the way up through the most, what's the 6th episode?
Well, what I'm about to say is not necessarily a spoiler, it's a theory. So, because I watch recaps and I've never read the comics, so they're always dishing out information like, oh, this character used to be in the Scarlet Witch timeline, and maybe she could pop up, blah, blah, blah. So there's a witch, not Scarlet Witch, a different witch who like trained her and then ended up turning evil. And her name was, I think her name was Agnes. So the theory is that Catherine Hahn, her neighbor, is actually the one controlling things, not Wanda. People, because every time like Vision wakes somebody up, he's like, they say like, she needs to be stopped. Like, she's in my head. She's doing this. They don't say Wanda.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So the theory is like maybe Agnes is actually that witch character. I don't remember her name, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Agnes is that the comedian lady, right?
Yeah, their neighbor. Yeah.
The neighbor that's in every episode. And
yes, exactly. And always seems to like weirdly have a connection for something. Like when they get the puppy shows up, she like walks in the door from next door, like with the doghouse out of nowhere. Like she seems to always kind of have exactly what they need, or she knows what's going on. So
let's not pretend you just spoiled the whole fucking thing.
I mean, whatever, man. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Why are you listening to a?
This isn't really a spoiler. This is just the whole thing.
It's a theory, and Agnes is in the first episode.
I hear you.
So like, come on, man.
I love that lady that plays Agnes. She's
hilarious.
I'm on board with her. Yeah, I love her in just normal comedies, and I love her in this. It works really well.
So funny.
She's really funny.
So that's the theory that I did not theorize. I'm just parroting what other people say on YouTube. And maybe her name's not even Agnes. I could be wrong. I think I'm not. So, all right.
Sorry, I'm reading. Calzone's message over here. Agnes played a pretty good...
He's in the chat. I thought you were snowed in. I thought you were stuck in the Wampa Cave, bro.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah. I don't know.
You come. Thank you, Brandon. Yes, you come to the Star Wars podcast. You have to expect Marvel spoilers. That's just common sense. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You come to the Star Wars podcast. No new Star Wars content. It's all Marvel spoilers. I don't know why I had to explain that.
Yeah, we really should just like change the name of the show because we say Rogue Squadron and it's like only 20% Star Wars. The rest of it's the rest of the shit. So
I get a hankering about once a year to change the name of the show, and then I ask the people in the chat, and they all say no. So then I don't do it. I'm like, you saved me a bunch of work.
the only reason I would is for future listeners. I think when people see Rogue Squadron, they assume the whole thing is about Star Wars, and we
but
obviously not. We'll go entire weeks. Well, that would be one episode, but we'll go months and like only talk about small Star Wars stuff here and there, and it'll all be DC or Batman or whatever.
Yeah.
Or video.
Well, that's a rite of passage to get through the first 14 episodes, which is just beer and Metallica. If you want to get to any of the good content,
Yeah.
and those are 3 hours long. So that's just, you got to go through the rite of passage. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It would have to
What
be
would we
something
change it
with.
to?
It would have to be something with like nerd, pop culture, douchebags.
I would change it to Dangus Nation.
Dangus Nation.
that just encompasses everything. Basically, if you have watched and enjoy Steve Brule, and you will also like this podcast. That's really all you need to know.
Shit nerds. We'll call ourselves the shit nerds. Oh man, we suck.
The shitters.
Oh, the shitters.
Shit,
Yeah.
The shit kickers.
The shit committee.
Shit.
I don't know why I laugh at my stupid shit all the time. Oh man,
You said shit a whole bunch. Maybe we should change the name of the show.
full of it.
Shitcast.
The shitcast.
Anyways.
Yeah. Well,
so-
WandaVision as a whole, wow, we're jumping right back on the train here. I'm fucking happy. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
it's been
happy.
Fucking awesome.
I had 0% interest, 1% interest when it began because I just had no idea. And it's all brand new again. It's so refreshing. And like I said, it isn't just good guy, bad guy, war ending. It's like she's fucking up New Jersey. Got to make it happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Super unique, man. They spent 10 years. They spent actually like 12 years just getting buy-in from everyone that likes the MCU. Everyone that's into it and has seen all the movies, majority of the movies. I'm pre-sold on Marvel stuff that you want to put out. I'm going to watch it no matter what. Yeah. And now, after Endgame, you get to start throwing in all the weirdness where multiverse stuff might be happening. Alternate realities might be happening. Wanda is creating an alternate reality in the actual reality. Stuff is happening. This is wacky, wacky stuff. And then now that Disney owns Fox, you have potential to bring in X-Men characters, bring in Fantastic Four, all those properties that they own. Deadpool is going to be joining the mix at some point. So now that they've laid that foundation, they can get as crazy as they want. And I'm on board for it, man. Yeah, crack open the fucking portal to different dimensions. Let's do it.
No, I agree. Yeah. It is
I'm
cool that they kind of did like a half loophole to bring Vision back because I always liked him as a character. I like the actor, obviously. Yeah, it's just cool. It's cool.
And we still don't even
have a dead robot.
Well, we don't even know how he's back.
He's dead. He's just like reanimated. That's what happened. Spoiler: if you guys aren't caught up, come on. When he walked
Let's just
out,
change the name of the show to Spoiler Alert.
I'm actually down for that. Yeah, I just when he walked out of the bubble, he started dying because he's no longer reanimated. He was going back to his dead self. That's how I took it.
I picture, well, that's not a bad theory. I guess I was thinking like he is actually alive, but because the stone that was in his forehead is now gone, Wanda her power is the only thing that's actually keeping him alive.
So she's like the Energizer battery.
Kind of.
For
She's
his
the
head.
bunny. Yeah. Well, because she has the same power as the stone, I believe. So it was the further, and if you notice, the further he gets in the town away from Wanda, things are not moving. Things are moving less and less. So once he actually gets outside of the bubble, he has nothing keeping him together because Wanda obviously is not there. And then as soon as she expands the bubble, he's safe again. The heck.
That's weird because I assume people weren't moving on the edges of the bubble because she's not as powerful. It's almost like an open world game. Walk through this with me.
I'm trying.
All the things are there, but nothing's moving or activated until you get close. So like Wanda let's go down to fucking Harbor Street. Harbor Street is frozen until she gets close to it, and then the people start moving again.
Right.
So
she can only, as strong as she is, she can only focus on like a certain area. Yeah. She's got like a half-mile radius around her that everything is active and normal.
Open world
game. And it kind of moves with her. Yeah. Yeah. What's the draw distance on Scarlet Witch right now?
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Man.
And then, as far as we saw, though, there's security footage of her breaking into the lab where they were experimenting on Vision's dead body. Mm-hmm. But we don't see if she brought him back to life then, or if she like took the body and now she's pretending that he's alive in her head. We don't really know.
I'm also really kind of confused about their sons.
So am I. I have no idea if that's actual.
Like, are they real?
Or, I don't know. How'd she get impregnated?
Yeah. And also, why is one of them just like her brother?
That is also from the comics. So
that's a fake brother, first of all.
Well, we don't know.
That's the X-Men guy.
That is all right. So yes, Quicksilver originally was an X-Men. And there was some weird licensing deal when Marvel was making the MCU where they couldn't use the X-Men, but they were like, you can use Quicksilver, just don't make him an X-Men because you can't use the X-Men. So they took Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and just made them their own thing in Age of Ultron.
But Quicksilver was killed in Age of Ultron.
Right. So now that they own Fox, they can use the X-Men. So I don't know if that's a fake brother or if it's a multiverse thing where Quicksilver, Pietro from a different universe is now coming over into the current universe.
But he was still shot up like the Ultron guy.
I believe so.
Yeah, because he had those the 3 bullets. Because I think that's how he was killed, was when the floating city was falling or whatever. He was trying to save someone and he got killed.
Yep.
Pretty sure someone shot him.
Yep.
So the wrong actor Quicksilver has the same injuries as the Ultron. Yeah, it's fucked.
So
Tenet. I think this is all extended scenes from Tenet.
Exactly. And really, if we go back farther, it's just Terminator again. So Skynet actually is setting up this WandaVision illusion thing. I hadn't seen those 4 new X-Men movies. So when Evan Peters showed up at the end of that one episode, I wasn't shocked. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, he played Quicksilver in the other thing. I gotcha.
See, I had never seen those. I was originally mistaken. I was like, oh, that's Quicksilver. And then I started thinking about it, and the guy started talking. I was like, oh, wait, that's a different actor.
One.
Yeah, wrong one. So I immediately thought it was like, oh, yeah, this is perfect. It's lining right up. And then I was like, wait a goddamn.
But in a certain point of view, it is actually all lining up. Because this could easily be how they bring the X-Men into the MCU.
The globalists are controlling Wanda.
Globalists are controlling everything.
You know what I thought? I thought the globalists were controlling Quicksilver. So when the nerdy girl was hacking into the mainframe outside of the bubble, she said there's that one file that's like still locked down she wants to get into. And then it immediately cut to Quicksilver having a conversation with Wanda, and he like realized how everything was working, and they were having that conversation. How are you keeping this all together and all this shit? And she was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to know. You're supposed to be a part of it too." I thought that he was a seed planted by the globalist dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's definitely sketchy. The guy that's leading that sword operative or whatever. He's got some fishy stuff going on.
Well, it's like they grabbed the dead Quicksilver from Ultron, his remains, and tossed him into the bubble, and then he was reanimated, and now he's there.
Interesting.
But he's been dead for how many years? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But maybe they decompose differently. they're mutants.
Well, if they kept Vision's body for 5 years to do experiments on it, like it's
yeah, but that's not a
entirely
body.
possible.
That's a computer. It doesn't
Yeah,
rot.
that's true. It's a fucking vibranium cosplay. Yeah, but I mean, it's
I'm just
logical
waiting
to
for
assume that they could keep mutant superhero bodies after the fact to like do experiments on them. So that is possible.
yeah. I'm really truly just waiting for Wolverine to knock on the door. That's what I'm waiting for.
Dude, would it be Hugh Jackman or would it be someone new?
Yes. Why would you ask that? Who else was going to be him?
Because he's getting old as shit.
I'm fine with it.
Was Wolverine in those Days of Future Past series of X-Men?
He was
movies?
the only one.
He was in all of them though. Like,
He was the only one to link them all.
interesting.
There's actually I think a big loophole. Plot hole.
Well, maybe Kevin Feige's about to fix that loophole right now with the multiverse.
Correct me, guys in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that links all the new mutants, not the new mutants because that's new, but the Days of Future Past stuff. Yeah.
With the older 90s, 2000s X-Men.
Yeah. I think he's the only one. He's the only human that could do it.
They could really do some crazy shit here, man. They
Yeah.
could find a way to say like all those properties that we didn't have control of for so long, they are still tied in somehow. Like they could take Logan and Deadpool and the old X-Men movies and the old Spider-Man movies and just be like, this all connects. It's a different split reality, so it's like a slightly different storyline, just like Spider-Verse, but this is all Marvel stuff. It all works.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't if I had a dream team of what they could bring together, it'd have to be some type of Wolverine, Spider-Man, Deadpool, and then maybe like a Cap. And like just throw them all into a jumble and let's get into the nitty and gritty. So, I mean,
yeah, imagine so whatever the new Endgame movie is going to be in like 8 years from now, the next big climax movie for this next phase. Imagine like, Spider-Man. Imagine like 3 Spider-Men all together from different like realities fighting together along with Deadpool and Wolverine and
wait,
Thor
you're saying the
and the
Spider-Verse,
Fantastic Four and
the pig spider and black and
no,
white.
I'm saying and I think we've talked about this.
I was right. Shinobi confirmed.
Shinobi is yes.
Logan is the only one that remembers what happened before Days of Future Past. So he was launched into a new timeline, and he's the only one alive that remembers the old timeline. So go ahead, sorry.
And now we have multiverse shit from Endgame, so here we go. No, I was going to say the next Spider-Man movie is going to be Spider-Verse style. It's going to loop back all of the Spider-Man.
The live action one, you're saying?
Yes.
Tobey Maguire is going to be in it.
Yep, Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland is also going to loop in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Are you serious? Are you shitting with it?
I am serious, Clark.
Are you shitting with it?
No, Marvel's shitting with it. I'm on board. That's going to be crazy. And then that means the Spider-Verse thing is in the timeline too.
Why not?
Just because it was animated doesn't mean it doesn't count.
Why not?
So I'm very excited for Marvel stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. It's shitty and fun all at the same time, and I'm gonna stick onto the fun part because
none of it's shitty. What are you talking
about? It's just weird when you start talking. It's the same thing with time travel. Like it's fun, but then you start getting lost in like which. So this universe has the 13 Spider-Man, and then this one has the dead Wolverine. And then this one's WandaVision.
But the beautiful thing is that you don't even have to really think about that.
You don't have to remember it because it's just what's going on.
Exactly. They just need a little bit of time travel action and to justify it. And then they start throwing everybody in there, and it's just an excuse to like explore all of the old comic storylines in cinematic form. So, and then, once they do that, you don't really care. You're like, yeah, fuck it. Doctor Strange and Ant-Man and Wolverine, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's call the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's put out a poll with the Patreon people after this episode and say, what's your vote for new name for the show?
Yeah, and it can't be Rogue Squadron. You know what's dumb is Star Wars fans. I'll have a conversation and mention, I want to do a podcast, whatever. Well, what's it called? Rogue Squadron. What's it called? Rogue Squadron.
The most popular books that didn't have anything to do with Jedi.
Yeah, it's weird. People are like,
another series. Well, lest I say another series that I haven't read.
Yeah.
That's why it's fun. That's Weiss was always the one to say that's why it was so funny, is because half the time we don't talk about Star Wars. I've never even read Rogue Squadron.
I've played the game.
And our logo has nothing to do with Rogue Squadron.
We're shitters. We're all
We should keep it at least until the Rogue Squadron movie comes out, because we're going to get great SEO value.
Yeah, I guess.
And or people are going to think about this podcast is dedicated solely to the new Rogue Squadron movie. How do they have 300 episodes? What's happening?
We should just call it Nerd Cult. Like nerd culture, but nerd cult. Want to be part of the cult? Join in. You got to sacrifice a lamb.
Dangus Nation.
Oh, God. The Squad Pod. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what to call ourselves. You guys name us. I don't give. Every day we'll have a different name. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're going to have a contest. It's going to run until May 4th. And on May 4th, we're making a decision.
Yeah.
How about that? There you go. I just came up with it. Good.
The Death Star. Death Star Radio. Coming right at you. Death Sticks. We are on Death Sticks. That's what it's called. Can you pass?
So what's the biggest the biggest changes in WandaVision the past 2 episodes? We talked about a bunch of stuff around the whole series, but most recently what happened is, so the kids have grown up again and they have powers now. So the one kid has speed, which is Pietro's skill, and the other kid is telekinetic nonsense, which is Wanda's skill.
Mm-hmm.
But they both have powers. Vision's trying to figure out the mystery.
Why is he dead?
He
literally is dead. What's her face said, dude, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel dead.
How are you alive if you're dead? God, we're gonna get a bunch of answers this week, I bet.
Yeah, it's nice to have a lot of options, and I really have no idea where they're going.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Star Wars. Let's shit on Star Wars real quick.
That's my favorite thing to do on a Star Wars podcast. Why else have a Star Wars podcast?
They plant so many hard seeds in Star Wars that, while you might have a couple options, for example, who are my parents? Your parents are nobody. And then you're like, oh, okay, so we got 2 options. Either her parents are somebody or they aren't. In WandaVision, it's like, I have no idea what the fuck's can happen. Any superhero could walk through the door right now. There could be an actual antagonist. There could be anything. Anything can happen. They're not like planting hard seeds. Like, this is what's happening. These are a couple options. Okay.
You're in a different form tonight, sir. Yeah, I mean, I think what it goes back to is the disjunct nature of the storytelling. And I know I was in support of different directors on the movies back in the day when they announced all that.
You're specifically saying Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Okay. But because you have Kevin Feige for Marvel behind the scenes, executive producer on everything, basically making sure that all this shit lines up. Like we're telling a giant story with dozens and dozens of characters that unfolds over the course of 12 years. So he's in there making sure everything is hunky-dory, so to speak. And Star Wars didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the problem. And that's why, I mean, the High
So
Republic,
you're admitting there's a problem now.
Well, that's what I mean. I was totally in support of the different directors and everything.
Yeah. Well, it's because
But
the
now,
original trilogy
looking
had
back
different
on it,
directors.
Exactly. That's why I thought it was a good parallel. But now looking back and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, that really was a problem. And I think it all has to do. I think they could have wrapped it around properly. It was the fact that they had to bring JJ back, Hail Mary, for episode 9, I think is what screwed things up. That's where I think it, because I think each director left themselves enough room for the next one to pick it back up. And if they would have had a third director, a different person for episode 9, I think they could have finished that.
Well, let me ask you this then. Instead of a third director, why don't Ryan just finish it out?
Looking back on it, I think that probably would have been a better choice.
I agree. I just wanted to see if you would say that out loud.
Because
I do think it just JJ. I just don't think it worked story wise to have one set it up, one fuck it up from a certain point of view.
Yeah,
because it did feel like JJ had to go back and fix what he want. Not that 8 was a bad movie or whatever, but it just wasn't in line with what JJ had originally thought for 7 and 8 and 9.
Well, I don't think certain things he didn't have. He didn't think of certain things on purpose. He left it open to see what the other directors were going to do to wrap it around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think. And I think JJ makes great movies, and I think like
they're JJ movies.
The action, the lightsaber fights, the score, everything was obviously great. I just think he purposely ignored a lot of stuff that happened in the 4-year gap since episode 7 came out. And he just like, we got like a year and a half. This is what we're doing. Let's go.
Were we asking too much with the Knights of Ren? I feel like they hinted at that stuff heavily. And because they really didn't do shit, I was mad. But then, like, I guess, I don't know. Like, Boba Fett plays a role in the original trilogy, and he's a badass, but it's not like they needed Boba Fett to facilitate the plot. I feel like...
Yeah. He's just
a little bit the Knights of Ren, I was expecting them to facilitate some plot point or something, and they just never fit into that block. They just were there. Yeah. Like, you could literally have a Death Trooper squadron do the exact same thing that the Knights of Ren did.
Yeah, but the Knights of Ren are fucking cool.
They have muddy boots, and they what?
Yeah, they went hunting.
They're hunters.
Kylo Ren can't say, me and my stormtroopers are going hunting for the scavenger. You have to say, my knights and I are going hunting for the scavenger. That's fucking badass, dude. I don't care what they do after that. They got that Britney Spears rotating camera shot feature on the plateau, and then they go on hunting. That's all you need. I'm sold.
If there's one glaring, I was gonna say one.
It's not the Knights of Ren. If there's only one, it's definitely not.
Yeah, but it was one that I was really hoping they did well, and it just was a huge swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been, what would have been cool? Listen, this would have pissed a lot of people off, but I was wishing for like a Chewie sacrifice. And while it almost happened, it didn't, obviously. It would have been cool if Rey actually did kill him.
Yeah.
In that sudden like burst of anger or whatever. That would have been epic. And or if the Knights of Ren actually ended up killing him, that would have like really solidified how badass and serious they were. Yeah. But again, I don't know.
I mean, I can't say I was wishing for a Chewie sacrifice.
No one was. It just would have made good movie.
Yeah, it would have made it much more tragic. Yeah. But you can't.
They did it with Han, and it was like it's almost like I knew Han was going. Drew Karpyshyn knew the future. I said, which one's dying? He said, Han for sure. On the podcast, he yeah.
Yeah, our future predictions began with Drew. Obviously, they did.
Drew the Predictor. That's how he'll forever be known.
Yeah.
Drew the Predictor.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think there's so much good there.
The other one?
What?
Huge miss.
What?
Huge potential. Captain Phasma.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes to post-production and someone at Lucasfilm says, yes, that's fine, ship it. I can't wrap my head around how that makes any sense at all. It's the same thing in episode 9 with them with fucking Mary I almost said Mary Poppins. I can't remember the actor's name. Sorry, whatever. The Hobbit guy in episode 9 when he says, we need to pull some Holdo maneuvers.
Yeah.
It's real damage. How does that make it to the cinema? How do you watch that and say, yeah, that's fine?
He's back. The cloning, old Sith ritual. You're like, dude, where have you been?
Of course,
we could have won this war 20 years ago if you knew all the fucking answers.
Yep. Secret
Hobbit Supreme. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Treebeard told him in the forest. Obviously, he knows all about the Sith teachings. I don't see how those kind of things make it to the final. But again, I don't make movies, so what do I know?
It's almost like Karth and KOTOR. His big mind fuck was that his mentor, Saul, went to the dark side and started working for Malik.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was the potential with Finn and Phasma. But they started on the bad side, and then when Finn became good, or left, when he crosses paths with Phasma, it should be hatred, and it was not. It was weird and comedic, trash compactor time, and I'm like, guys, this could be very deep and very a deep emotional scene, and it just wasn't, and it was just at the
they did it twice in a row too.
Yeah. Like the fight between Phasma and Finn, that could have been a huge build, and that would have been so fucking cool to have a non-lightsaber epic fight between two.
Well, the fight was cool.
It was fun to watch. Cool. That's where I'll leave it. It was fun to watch.
That's what cool is. What are you talking about?
No. No, you can have a shitty fight that is cool.
No.
Oh yeah, no. I love shitty things all the time.
No.
I am a Star Wars fan.
I would say I agree with most of everything that you just said, and I have nothing to add.
Yeah, Phasma, the Knights of Ren, there was just some certain seeds that were planted that they almost backed themselves into a corner. You planted those seeds and you created this aura around that stuff, and we probably didn't help. We were hyping it up too. But, you see a fucking chrome badass stormtrooper that's twice the size of any Hobbit, and you just don't do anything with her. She does almost nothing. Yeah. She has one cool badass spin, and when she starts firing at Rose, and I'm like, yes, we're going to get something. And then she just falls.
Right.
She fucking falls.
Again, yeah, I know. And just the fact that they had to do a slightly unconfirmed death off screen twice.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because we learn, I don't know.
You know what needed to happen?
Tell me.
Sorry, I need to get this off my goddamn shoulders. Finn should have killed her in cold blood and should have kept that with him the rest of his life, that it wasn't worth it. But he needed to do it in his own mind. Like, there's so much character development there that he knows he needed to do it, but it didn't fulfill or fix anything going forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a simple.
That would have been a great thing for them to play off of in 9 too. Is like he's reeling over the fact that it's another identity crisis thing for him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm on the resistance. I left the First Order. I feel good there, but I can't get over the fact that, I actually murdered this person. It felt like the right thing to do, but it's like haunting me every night.
Well, and it's even more so because he doesn't kill people in that first scene in episode 7.
Yeah.
He can't do it then, but he does it against Phasma, and he doesn't feel any better. And it's like a weird conundrum.
Every episode is just adding to our resume again.
Seriously.
You see? Storytelling geniuses here, Kathy. Let's go. Brendan says, can anyone explain why Kylo mentions a clone army in TFA? I think he's just jabbing at Hux, because obviously one of the previous armies in the galaxy was all clones.
Yeah, that's all I thought.
And Hux's thing is he was trying to claim that they're more superior than clones.
Yeah,
something like that. His backstory and how he's recruiting the stormtroopers, by the way, is really dark.
Oh, really? Where'd you hear that from?
I think it's basically like the same thing that the Jedi are doing, but he's training them to be. Yeah, well, because that's what what's her face says in 9 when Finn meets her and they're repairing the ship.
Yeah.
They didn't know basically where they came from. They get stolen as kids and trained to be soldiers. Dark.
Yeah. It's a wonder why. Yeah, it really does make you mad. Like, Phasma had so much potential, and in building Phasma's character and having her go out in a cool way builds Finn's character.
Yep.
At the same time.
Yup.
And the same thing with Kylo and the Knights of Ren. Like, you build badassery moments for the Knights of Ren. Kylo is the master of them, so he inherently gets more badass. Or have the Knights of Ren kill Chewie in front of Kylo, and Kylo feels some fucking crazy guilt, and that's what he starts his redemption path, where he's like, that was not right. This was like an innocent guy that's just helping people. And that could have been not the downfall, but you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The launching pad for Kylo's redemption.
It could be more of
Hux sucks also.
What do you mean?
I loved him up till I'm the spy. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, he was
terrible.
a weasel. He was a weasel bitch in 9. That's a bummer.
Sucks.
He went from like Hitler status to like worm tongue status. That's not a good comparison, but whatever. Also, we could have used more in the film of Kylo being conflicted. I don't think it was like when he comes back as Ben Solo. I don't think it is jarring. I still believe it, but there's so much in his comic line where it's like he felt forced into being on the dark side by things against his will, really, and like he kind of just basically accepted the fact that like, oh, I keep getting presented with this. Snoke has done this. The Jedi Temple's destroyed. Luke's gone. Everything's gone. It's half my fault. I may as well just commit and just, join the First Order and be on the dark side. He doesn't want that to happen. And I don't feel like we got much of that in the films.
Yeah, I don't know. I really felt like Kylo was the one character that was played out pretty well. There might have been some hurdles along the way, but like it just made sense. It just made sense. You knew from day one, even after he murdered those people in the very first scene in 7, it just felt like this guy isn't murdering just to murder.
Yeah,
there's something else behind the scenes. They even plant those seeds with what's his face that is your family, and then you're so dead because I'm cutting you in half. That we see some badass force powers in the sequels though. Like probably I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna exclaim it now. The best force powers in Star Wars all the trilogies are in the sequels.
In the movies, yeah, for sure. And that's saying something. Which what all do we? One of the best things of 9 that JJ did.
What do we actually see in the prequels? Prequels and original. We see lightning. We see force choke.
Speed
and jump.
Yeah, a lot of pushing and pulling.
Push, pull, speed, jump. But like the
lightning.
mind reading aspects was like, holy shit. Like between Snoke and Kylo. They were both doing it.
Yep.
The stasis shit. It was
the
really,
dyad.
Yeah. Dyad. Yeah. There
battle meditation. Brandon, battle in the prequels?
Battle meditation, I think he's referring to Palpatine in 9. I think a lot of suggestions that Palpatine was using battle meditation.
In 6, you mean?
Yes, thank you. In 6, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that, he's saying
KOTOR. He's saying KOTOR.
Oh, okay, good. Forced jokes.
Yeah, forced?
No,
you gotta add a D to that. Forced jokes.
No,
you gotta force a joke here, force a joke there, because this has got to be for children.
Did you forget that Star Wars is for kids?
It doesn't have to be when you make an adult film.
An adult film.
Yeah, I need to see tits.
We just lost our jobs at Lucasfilm. Come on,
damn it!
Man.
Rewind.
Keep it together.
Disney just fired me.
Yeah. I think that's all I have to say about the sequels at this time of the hour.
So now that we're all nice and pissed,
always.
What I wanted to do is I want you to describe each trilogy with 2 words.
I hate these fucking games that you make.
Oh yeah,
up.
it's fun. It's fun.
God
it's fun.
damn it. Do I have a word pool to pick from?
Yes.
Decide each. Wait, you said describe each trilogy with 2 words.
Yeah. So like blank and blank. So let's start with the prequels.
Expanded universe. I'll say for the prequels.
Okay. I thought deception and war for the prequels.
Cool.
Which is I had a lot more time to think about this, obviously, than Commander, because I'm just tossing it in his face here. But I just really felt like it's funny that Obi-Wan talks about a simpler time before the dark times, all whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, during the wars when millions of Jedi were being murdered and all this stupid shit. Like, what?
Well, that starts the dark times, though.
That's true. Well,
So
yeah,
he's
specifically
thinking-
Order 66, but his master was murdered.
True, but he's
Those
also
were great. Those were great days.
He's probably also thinking of like his teachings, like when he was a Padawan.
No, I hear you.
He's learning about the past, 1,000 years when everything was pretty cool, except for whatever happens in the High Republic that I don't know about yet. But yeah, Brendan says PT is cringe/stunning.
In a good way, cringe in a good way.
Yeah.
Turkey Thigh says wars and politics, which I like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just said expanded universe. I don't know. It's like your word association last time. It's just the first thing that popped out of my head.
It is, but they went to many more planets, many more characters that we saw, species. They really expanded the universe. So I get it. Yeah. It fits. All right, original trilogy.
This is a harder one to do.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I'm happy with my decision.
I'm gonna say you go first.
I went with hope and family. For how dumb it sounds, I think hope is like that's all they have. The rebellion is losing even when they win.
Yeah, that's all they have to go on for sure. Until 6, then they have to go on teddy bears. Sorry, I'm a 6 hater. I'm sorry, Shinobi, but I am a 6 hater. I'm gonna say classic and adventure.
Yeah,
because it is classic. Regardless, it's classic for Star Wars, but it's from the 70s and 80s, so it's classic as far as like even cinema goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a very adventure feel. So
I like what Snack
I like
Pack,
family though.
I like what Snack Pack said: survival and sabotage.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, emotional and adventure. I like it.
You can see that.
Family. I said I had to say family because every it was all about family. Luke, you have no family left on Tatooine. Let's get the fuck out of here. By the way, you still have family.
Yeah.
By the way, Darth Vader's your family. By the way, Leia's your family.
You know what? What I'm gonna do is steal that for the sequel, and I'm gonna throw family into the sequel, and I'm gonna throw in also the term that I'm thinking of, which is
shitty.
Don't even start with me. I'm gonna say family and mystery for the sequel trilogy.
For the sequels,
yeah.
I went with redemption.
Okay, I like redemption.
And disappointment.
Brendan's pissed. Disappointment. Get out.
Realistically, I don't know. Like redemption finale. It is very weird that I'm having more trouble with the sequels.
Well, I threw family in there because yes,
sense.
we have the Luke Vader thread in the originals, but I think 9 builds off of any of the family stuff from the first 6 movies way more. I think it's more apparent in the sequel trilogy. They focus on it.
I got what you did there.
Oh, whoops.
Apparent. I said family because it's apparent that there's family members in the siblings.
There's parents and there's kids. It's apparent.
Yeah. No, I think originally I did have family as my sequel trilogy as well, because it is at every corner of the fucking movie that are shoving family in your face. So that is your family.
Yeah, a lot. I'm sad that you guys hate the sequel so much.
It is the weakest of them all.
In your point of view, from your certain point of view.
Yeah.
Go back and look at reviews of the prequels when they came out, and I feel like they sound exactly like that.
Brennan Quinn's come around. He said, I've given Luke in episode 8 a lot of thought, and it might be my favorite thing from the sequels.
Yeah, I agree.
I am still, I agree. But the fact that they introduced badass Smokehouse Luke in Mando, there's a huge disconnect between what we saw there and then what happens in 8. So I'm
by a disconnect, do you mean like 30 years?
Yeah, I'm not saying like it doesn't make sense. I'm saying I wonder what happened, because it is a stark difference. He looks so sure of himself, so powerful, and then he's broken. He's broken in 8. So
yeah.
I mean, we obviously see bits and pieces. We see the goddamn fire, but you know.
Well, off that same note, do you think we'll get anything on screen in between episode 6 and 7 with Luke and Kylo and the temple and the academy and all that stuff? Do you think they're going to recast and try to do that, or are they going to leave that for like comics?
Well, first of all, it does. I think it wouldn't fit much better in comics, but with the way they're going, they could do a one-off series, one season.
Great. Yeah,
I think it would fit perfectly with something like that to move the timeline along. Because I think what happens in the movies, they get stuck in a specific time, whereas a series you can really stretch across like weeks or months a lot easier.
Yeah,
where time passes by, larger pockets of time can pass by.
Yeah.
And have that opportunity. So,
well, imagine Sebastian Stan as Luke recast. We would obviously need to recast a young version of Kylo Ren,
Leia,
which I feel like I've seen recasting ideas for him, but I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. And imagine Andy Serkis returning to mocap Snoke. I was going to say a younger version of Snoke, but I don't think that applies because I'm assuming he looks deformed the whole time. So
yeah, because we saw pictures of him in that Kylo, and he's already fucked. He's melted.
Yeah, he's got a hat, but he's still kind of fucked.
He's got a hat.
He's got a bandana or something going on, trying to hide a little bit of it. But that would be intriguing. I'd be down for that. Just like a 8-episode, 12-episode, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity.
Hire us, we will produce it.
Boba Fett stars in cryptic new teaser from Marvel. This is on StarWars.com.
Oh my God, what? Who are we? Breaking news cast squadron right now.
I'll share my shit here. Oh, I can't.
Goddamn. Hang on.
God.
Try again. Try over.
We'll stop the other. Sharing the screen will stop the other participants' computer sound shared. Do you want to continue?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
All right.
That's fine.
Boom.
What?
Yeah. So, and it says at the bottom here, Boba Fett, nowhere to hide. Look at how badass he got. Actually.
Oh, Marvel Comics. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
You freaked me out like there was some crossover shit happening. Like Boba Fett's about to be in WandaVision or something.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
That's cool. He looks like Steel Mario from N64.
I don't know why I laughed like that. Yeah, it just looks cool. That's all it really fucking says here. So,
Fett is depicted. Wait, go back down. I want to read that shit. Fett is depicted with a blaster in one hand, a spear in the other, standing in front of a wall that looks shelled from heavy fire. Boba Fett, nowhere to hide, graces the bottom of the teaser. Come back to StarWars.com tomorrow to find out. Oh God, we have to just keep recording for 12 more hours.
Guys, we're in it. Hold on to your butts.
Need more liquid death for this. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that I'm assuming is going to release over the course of the next year and lead up to the Book of Boba Fett. If I had to put any sort of guess around release schedules,
you don't have to guess. Wait till tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to guess up until tomorrow.
Okay.
And then confirm my guesses.
Fire up the sounds again. I need to hear
Sorry.
I need to hear the dips and the bobs.
The blips and the blaps.
Blips and the bleeps. Yeah, so any new Boba Fett stuff's good Boba Fett news.
Yep. Especially after what we've seen with Tamara Morrison in season 2 of Mando. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah. So we've got that to look forward to. So we'll see what happens there. And then Darth Maul.
Is he back again?
Well, there's a rumor. And it starts with
Darth Maul got fired from Crimson Dawn for questionable tweets.
It all starts with Ray Park. He posted something on Instagram getting painted up as Darth Maul again.
Oh my god. Maybe he's just going to a
rave.
Yeah.
He's going to the 24-hour Rogue Squadron podcast hunt.
Marathon.
Marathon.
He just is nostalgic and he wanted to dress up.
Yeah, maybe.
The rule of 2. Have a wonderful day. Maybe it's just a throwback from Solo.
Maybe it's not.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, it says Solo, a Star Wars story. Yeah. That's one of the hashtags that he used. I bet it's nothing and he's just giving fodder for YouTube people to make YouTube videos, and that is probably just back from Solo production.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
You know what I would like? And Fruit Cup says, can't they make just another character of the same species as Darth Maul and just move on?
They did. They gave him the worst name in Star Wars history, and I hate it.
Savage Oppression.
So bad. Who came up with that?
I don't mind it.
Was it Filoni? Was it George Lucas? I want to know because it's
fire them immediately.
God.
If someone says something stupid, so Cara Dune gets fired. If someone says a terrible line in a movie, do you get fired too?
Yeah.
You're so beautiful.
Yeah, whoever approved that
please leave.
Holdo maneuvers line, they should be fired as well.
Holdo.
And it really goes back to the top.
Did they really they felt the need to button up that plot hole?
No, it's not a plot hole. It's like, yeah, throw it in there while you're producing. Like, who knows what we're going to use? Throwaway line, blah, blah, blah. But once you get into post-production, like, do you really need that 6 seconds of screen time?
It was a cover up a plot hole. That's exactly what it was. We'll get rid of that plot because everybody's gonna ask, why don't you just light speed every time through ships? That'll win the fucking war.
That's not I wouldn't call that a plot hole. I wouldn't call that a plot hole.
I mean, they made Rogue One over a plot hole. Did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, I guess.
What? I like Rogue One.
No, it's a good movie. I'm just saying, like, to cover up a plot hole. Like, yeah, I guess they did. I don't know.
It just really didn't feel authentic. See, that's part of my issue with a lot of the Star Wars stuff. They're saying stuff on screen as characters for the audience, which is really weird. Like, they stop taking the people out of the universe, and having them talk to us. Just be clueless characters. You don't have to explain everything to us.
Yeah.
Just do what the character would do. I don't.
Yeah, that whole announcing the plot to me thing is so annoying.
Yeah. Again, it's probably because children.
Show me. You don't have to tell me. Show me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That is what it is.
Many Bothans died.
What are Bothans? Why did they die? Why were they sent on the mission? Why didn't you show me the Bothans getting killed in the movie? What's happening? How did they get the data?
What is a Bothan?
Who hired the Bothans? What do they look like?
Is the Bothans like a mob family? The Bothans. Mark Bothan, Jeff Bothan.
Many of the Bothan franchise died. The Bothan dynasty.
The Bothan family. The Bothans.
Jeff Bothan Jr.
Jeff Bothan. Sounds like a fucking NASCAR driver. Jeff Bothan Jr. come running to turn 4.
All right. Well, should we talk about the only good news this week?
Sure, go for it.
I mean, it's not news. Well, it's news.
It's the fucking news of the day until
Snyder-
tomorrow. Where
Snyder Cut trailer.
Tell me about that Snyder Cut.
This is becoming so much more than just like a new cut, which
Much
is
more.
So
It's a fucking brand new movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's a totally brand new movie. I wonder how many times, and this goes for movies and for video games, I wonder how many times these board directors and companies need to release something wrong and then fix it later. I wonder how many times they have to do that before they realize, oh, we should just delay the movie by a year and make it really good. Or we should just delay Cyberpunk by another year and just make it really good. Like, when will you realize, when will you learn?
I'm sure it's
rushing
financials.
things is never. But here's the trick. Here's what they don't get. You rush something out because you want to get all the sales in order to meet some quota or something. Everyone hates it, so the equity of your IP goes down because everyone's pissed at you for making a bad product, and then you just re-release it 2 years later in a better shape.
But you're double dipping because half the people bought the first version. Now we're all buying the second one because it's good. So that's a great way. We should launch a shitty episode and then a good episode, which is already what we do.
Interesting. They might be onto something there. Huh?
There we go.
What I was getting at really was just like, why don't you avoid embarrassing yourself and just launch the
Commander
thing
just sat up.
properly?
Commander sat up and is teaching.
Listen,
you all need a teacher.
EA, Warner Brothers, I want you guys to pay attention here. From my years of experience as a
Consumer.
outside commentator, consuming your bullshit.
I'm a shit consumer. You just
No,
been
seriously, though.
shitting on all of what I love, and I'm tired of it.
Seriously though, it's like such a pain in the ass for them and for all of us who are waiting for new content to come out. It's like, why don't you just wait? It would be better it would be better to anger us for delaying something than it would coming out with something that's just complete bullshit. Like, come on, man.
No, I agree. Just
So.
do it right the first time. And I think Disney did that with Solo.
Exactly.
They started building this thing and they kept looking at each other like, it's now, whoa.
And they did whatever it took to make it right before it came out. And I'm so happy with that decision. I support them.
Yeah.
And I guess they thought they were doing the right thing with 9, but I think we kind of thought that was the right decision. But looking back, would you rather have had 9 come out 6 months later with a different director and a rounded out storyline without this Rey Palpatine nonsense?
Man, that's the one thing that really holds the whole fucking thing back is Rey's lineage. It's like why couldn't you, like, even if it was the wrong decision, stick with one thing and play it out. Stop jumping around, and now it's all trash. And you're like, dude, I almost don't even care about Rey anymore because you just drug her through the mud the whole trilogy. It's like the potential was there. Daisy's a great character. Rey on the surface is a cool character, and then you just like, she should be worried about being this person, but she's not. She'll be this person. Then she's nobody. And then drunks, and then on car plot, and then oh no.
Like, you can put Palpatine in the movie and have Rey still be nobody.
Yeah.
Everyone on screen doesn't have to be related to each other.
Or it could have been like that's the draw. You want to become somebody? Become a Palpatine. And join me, Rey. Oh, I've never fit in anywhere. Oh no, and this kind of sounds good because fuck everything else. And Finn killed Phasma. That's not the right thing to do, so we'll turn it back.
That sounds pretty good. You should send that in as a pitch. Have somebody make a fucking Mopar cut of episode 9.
We should just redo our fanboy commentaries, and I'll fix it all for you guys.
There you go. All right, what you're seeing on screen here isn't actually what's happening. Just picture Rey. She's still a nobody. This never happened. This conversation doesn't exist. Yeah, that wouldn't be frustrating to watch at all.
The Mopar cut.
The Mopar cut. That could be the name of the podcast. Okay, back to the Snyder Cut. What's your thoughts?
I'm hyped. This is a great opportunity for them to backtrack. Like, admitting that what you put out was a pile of crap is a huge step, to be honest. Like, they could have just ignored it and plowed forward, and which can be admirable too. There has been good stuff that DC's come out with since then.
Yeah,
Birds of Prey was fun. Obviously I'll sing the praises of the Joker every day, but like Justice League was like huge potential. That's the Avengers of DC.
Right.
And you launched that pile? You're like, I don't care about any of this.
Yeah.
Like, Cyborg, it was supposed to wrap around Cyborg, and it was like, I barely know anything about Cyborg. Even after watching that movie, I was like,
yeah,
I don't think I care about that character because you didn't make me care about him.
Right. Yeah, it's just unfortunate about how many things had to happen in order for them to learn that lesson, Like, we don't have Affleck as Batman anymore because of how bad that was, basically.
Yeah.
So we're getting a new Justice League, which is awesome. I'm excited for it, but and I think the new Batman's going to be cool. I think Pattinson's going to do a good job, especially after seeing him in Tenet and everything. But I mean, I want more Batfleck, man. Come on. That's the of their bullshit.
Yeah.
Brendan also hates BVS. You don't even want to go there, man. BVS Fan Club is the new name of our podcast. You better tune out.
Batman for president.
Don't even challenge me on this.
Batman cart.
I'm gonna start fucking attacking people about it. Everyone I've talked to, and here I go. Everyone I've talked to in person, they're just like, "Oh, BVS was terrible," and I was like, When's the last time you saw it? Like, 2015 when it came out. I was like, you don't have no idea what you're talking about. You don't remember anything. You saw it. You didn't know what to think of it. You got out. You went on forums. You saw everyone that hated it. You jumped on the bandwagon. You haven't watched it since. And you just like are entrenched in this weird position that BVS sucks for no reason. It doesn't. Arguably doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you watch BVS and you have your thoughts, and then you watch Justice League and you're like, let's go back to BVS, man. Like, like if you don't feel that way, what?
Here's one thing I will say against BVS is I think it really could have used a Batman movie before it came out. You have Man of Steel, awesome. I think we could have used a solo Batman movie next and then BVS. A little more step, of course, to why. Like, on the other hand, though, everyone knows Batman.
It would have been useful to do a Cyborg movie because they tried to do like a Cyborg origin story in Justice League. Cyborg Gullet.
Sorry, sidetrack. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? They tried to shove too much into one movie, and I no longer cared about the character that they were trying to introduce because it was a jumble. And like you said, it could have used another movie, almost bringing everybody together before what they put on screen, or Cyborg something like or a Flash. Like what you just threw shit at the fan and just hoped it worked because Batman's in it. And
yeah,
Batman could not save that. He couldn't.
No.
Also,
anyways,
let's just really quickly walk through the Snyder Cut, because obviously the big thing is going to be the Joker that was at the end.
Yeah.
I assume, I don't know what your thoughts are, that it's in that like daydream psychotic flash forward bullshit that he comes across Joker. So I doubt the Joker's back in any way. I think he's like talking to the Joker almost as a memory per se, because it's in that dream sequence.
Yeah, when
so I have a feeling that
wasteland. Yeah.
So I have a feeling that he's gonna learn something from the Joker that he's gonna use against Darkseid, because the thing that the Joker can do is think differently than a fucking superhero. And when you're fighting someone like Darkseid, you need some weird shit.
Yeah,
so
everything
I'm hoping,
at your disposal.
Yeah, I'm hoping he learns something that unlocks, or leads to an idea or some plot device.
Yeah.
From the Joker. That'd be really cool, because it's so cool that they're so hard tied together, but they're both such hard like-minded people, Batman and the Joker. And that's why they could just exist forever and we get so many iterations of them. But yeah, just have them actually sit down and be like, you know what I'd do, bats? Kill them. I don't know.
I have no idea what to expect from the Joker, but I'm intrigued. It's gonna make me go and watch Suicide Squad one more time before the Snyder Cut comes out, because it's such a different Joker.
Suicide Squad.
Well, because I want to revisit that Joker, even if I have to sit through like the rest of the movie and the Egyptian Queen and the brother and all that stuff. But like, I am intrigued by his Joker. I don't think it got the spotlight it deserved, and everyone hated the movie so bad that it was like an instant like, oh, that Joker's just bad. I don't think that's the case. I think he was wrapped up in just like a really poor movie, but there's potential there with his portrayal of him.
It also, they tried to do Harley Quinn and the Joker, but not make them the main focus of the fucking movie. It like started as Harley Quinn meeting the Joker in their origin story, and then it ran into ancient Egyptian brothers and sisters, and you're like, what the fuck happened? And then we got Alligator and Hulk. Like, what? You're like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, who's winning? Who's losing? Who's a good guy, bad guy?
Flame Dude. Boomerang Man.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
He played as himself. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. A lot of potential again. I think they did hit a chord with Birds of Prey. I know we sung its praises a little bit last few episodes ago. Wasn't fucking great, but yeah, it was good. It was really good.
So I don't know a lot of what's happening in the Snyder Cut trailer because I don't know anything about Darkseid or any of those other henchmen.
I don't know
what his
really
motivation
either.
is.
I don't know it either. Yeah. I know the name. I know the logo. I know his dude Steppenwolf, and that's about it.
Yep.
And Steppenwolf
with a totally new design, which cool.
Yeah, I'm happy they're updating him because he kind of looked, I don't know, over the top.
Kinda.
He already looks over the top. He has that fucking huge head dress thing, and you're like, and then he's just dancing around.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You know, any which way you can kind of help to fix that movie and or start fresh.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us really thought they were gonna film new stuff.
Yeah, the Joker thing's a total surprise. I thought he was gonna try to take cut stuff from Suicide Squad and blend it in. I didn't know he was reshooting stuff with Jared Leto. That's awesome. Very cool. Happiness.
I wonder how much of that is post everything. Like he had his Snyder cut, and then when it was official and they're like, okay, we're gonna actually back you and give you a budget to do this, and he's like,
yeah,
fuck, what can I do now? Joker, we're bringing the Joker in.
Yep.
I wonder if it was all post.
Well, it's cool because I feel like, again, I don't know too much about DC, but it seems definitely from the style and the cinematography, like Snyder has his own little Snyder storyline happening within the larger DC storyline. So I was really curious to see how he would bring in characters and plots from the other DC movies into his line. Like the way that Wonder Woman weaves into Batman versus Superman and Justice League and also has her own standalone thing, I think is so perfect. Wonder Woman stuff happens in World War I and in 1984. It doesn't even touch like the BVS storyline area, but it fits because Diana's immortal basically. And that's perfect. So the fact that he can bring in Jared Leto's Joker in the same way, I think is going to be awesome. And I wish he would be able to continue to make things. I don't know. Maybe he will. We'll see how fucking successful this cut is.
You know, it's weird that I have to point to a cartoon. How many times do I shit on cartoons? But
I don't know.
DC, I'm just saying, like, Clone Wars is great. It's great.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit in the Clone Wars cartoon. Yeah. Rebels, arguably great. I couldn't get past a lot of the bullshit. So, but the one shining star of DC is their fucking animated movies, and they're all so good. Why can't you take that? They're like, I watched Justice League War.
We changed our name to Mopar Like DC Animated Movies, the podcast.
Mopar or some other
Mopar hates cartoons.com / not the DC ones.
Okay. We're getting back to it here. First of all, Rotten Tomatoes gave this bullshit 50%, and then the users gave it a 94.
Which one is this?
This is Justice League War. And if I'm remembering correctly, this is where Reverse Flash turns all the Justice League people against Batman. So he's literally fighting Superman. He's fighting. It's a weird thing, kind of.
That does sound weird.
But it has a badass ending. I think this is the one where Superman gives Batman a kryptonite bullet.
Kryptonite bullet. Yeah.
And says,
I remember you explaining.
Yeah,
that
and that's the biggest thing. It was fun. Obviously, fighting your own friends, and you're like, oh, he's got to figure a way out. Batman's got to fight Superman. He's never gonna win.
Yeah.
But he does because he's fucking Batman. So fuck off.
Always.
But it is cool that it culminates in a overall trust that says, if I get out of hand and something like this ever happens again, use this, kill me. And I'm the only person in the entire universe, because obviously Superman's galactic. He can go anywhere, wherever the fuck he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Is he trusts this drunken Bruce Wayne billionaire bastard?
What
but
if
it
he
is
gets
cool.
out of hand on a different planet? Bruce can't get to him.
Well,
Gonna have to call Elon Musk and this
Elon.
rocket with the Krypton bullet.
Bruce Musk.
Speaking of the Flash, what happened to the whole Flashpoint thing that they were supposed to do? Because I thought that was in the cards as well. Because the Martha and Thomas from the intro of BVS were supposed to be the actor and actress for the Flashpoint paradox, where Thomas becomes
Wayne becomes
Batman. Right.
And his mom actually
And Bruce
becomes Joker.
dies. Yeah, exactly. So I thought they were supposed to do that shit too.
Ain't that some crazy shit? It's still unofficially, I'm looking at this, on the docket for November of 2022.
Oh, really?
Justice League Flashpoint Paradox.
Interesting. That's cool. Well, I think a lot of things hinge on this cut that comes out, and I actually didn't know it was this soon. It's a month from now. It's in March 15th or 16th or something.
Ain't that crazy?
I'm gonna double check that before I make a fool of my damn self. Not like
You do
that's
still. That might be something I need to revisit. Is just watching Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox again, because I remember really fucking loving it. Actually, whoa! Hold on to everybody.
Here's a cool.
Hold
here's
on.
a few. Okay.
Grab onto something.
I have my phone in my hand.
Hold tightly. Rotten Tomatoes
Okay.
gave Justice League Flashpoint Paradox a cartoon 100%.
Oh shit.
100%. I've never seen 100% on on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rogue Squadron podcast, the movie, obviously, 100%.
Yeah, featuring.
I just pulled up the IMDb for Justice League to double check. Official title is Zack Snyder's Justice League. It is now rated R. It is 4 hours long.
What?
And it comes out March 18th. So
What?
Yeah,
Got a month.
got a month from now.
And it's going to be on HBO
Max.
Yeah.
Yep. HP slow. The reason I was surprised about the 4 hour thing is because I believe they were originally toying around with the idea of doing like 4 episodes that were an hour each, but it looks like they decided on just one film that's 4 hours long.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going through these Justice League animated films, and I might be mixing some of them up because there's Justice League War, there's Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, which I know that one, but there's also Justice League Doom, and that might be the one that Batman fights the other guys, the other Justice people. I just always rung true to me. I always liked them, but
Dong.
interesting.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
It's still blunt. It's only got 5 ratings. That's why it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for critic ratings. But,
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Walk.
Maybe Gina Carano will be in Snyder Cut.
Adds Gina Carano. Getting fired from Star Wars.
She gets fired by Lucasfilm, is angry, becomes a supervillain. tries to take out other franchises. That's funny.
Armageddon Shinobs. What is that? Justice League Armageddon? Is that what we talking about?
Armageddon 2, Armageddon. Civil War, Armageddon. Marvel Civil War. Armageddon from DC. New, episode 10.
2001, Justice League Armageddon.
I'm just combining all the franchises in one.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. If we had to put a trio together, regardless of DC, all of it. Let me do this. We gotta choose one character from DC, one character from Marvel, and one character from Star Wars.
Ooh, interesting. And I'm just building like a hero squad?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a battle thing, just, people you'd like to see interact.
Oh, that is quite interesting, is it not?
That's tough.
It is kind of, well, I don't know what the scenario is, so that makes it tougher, but I'm just going to say based on interaction potential.
Oh, I've got two of them that I really want to see together.
I'm going to say, oh man. Oh no, I need to know what they're going to be doing.
This is what they're adventuring. They're
All
going
right, so
on
D&D campaign.
I'll give you mine. Batman, Wolverine, and maybe Han Solo. Maybe more like an Obi-Wan, because I would like someone to be like the goody of those. You shouldn't do this. Too many hands. You got to have a lot of hands up.
Yes. Batman, don't go.
Batman, don't go.
Okay, I'm gonna say, oh man, there's just too many good options.
I obviously wanted to put Deadpool just for comedic relief, so maybe Batman and Deadpool would be fucking perfect together.
Yeah.
Ooh, Doctor Strange.
Oh god, I'm thinking of so many different options. Okay, I'm gonna say Qui-Gon Jinn, Aquaman, played by what's his nuts, and
wait, Qui-Gon Jinn, Aquaman
as played by
so you got the entire Marvel universe.
I can't remember.
And Cara Dune.
And Cara Dune
from
played by Gina Carano. Post firing. She's villain now. And I'm gonna say Ant-Man. I want to see their hilarious antics together, and also Ant-Man brings in weird quantum size, shape, travel stuff, and then you also have. I just think the banter between Ant-Man and Qui-Gon Jinn would be hilarious. He's trying to be all stoic and monk-like and say shit, and Ant-Man's cracking jokes, and then Aquaman's getting hammered and swimming.
They're all getting hammered.
That's true.
They're all drinkers.
True. That's true.
This all takes place in a pub in Boston, so
Perfect. Well, yeah, Ant-Man's quantum technology would be the only way that Qui-Gon and Aquaman would be able to travel through alternate universes into one universe and meet up. Right?
You know what the other one I'm gonna toss out there
or
is
Scarlet Witch, maybe. I don't know.
It'd be fun to see like Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah.
Because it'd be kind of a similar like Tony Stark, but I think he wouldn't be as fun loving as Tony. He'd be like,
no, Batman would be getting so pissed.
Yeah.
And just getting drunk all the time. Spider-Man would be like waiting for like a new crime fighting lesson, and Batman would just be like hungover and doesn't show up, and then Peter Parker's like really sad and he's crying, and then he tries to go to Yoda to get advice, and Yoda is speaking a different language to him.
Or we do like Wonder Woman, Doctor Strange, and then the Star Wars dude has to be a funny, goofy one. Anakin.
Doctor Strange would hate Anakin Skywalker so bad, dude. He would just open a portal and kick Anakin through into Mustafar or something.
Into Mustafar.
Like he would be so annoyed, man. Anakin's just so brash. Talking shit, jumping into battle with no plan. Doctor Strange back here is trying to like make battle plans and stuff.
He's using battle meditation. See, I think Anakin and Wonder Woman would get along. Let's just fucking jump in, blow some shit up and get the fuck out. We'll figure it out on the way.
They'd be an interesting pair because
maybe Iron Man
him of Padme a little bit.
Get rid of Doctor Strange. Put Iron Man in that group. Iron Man, Wonder Woman, and Anakin.
Well, I feel like that would give you the same dynamic as Iron Man and Star-Lord have, kind of. Anakin's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or throwing Thor in with like Superman.
But Thor from like Thor 1 and Avengers, when he's not funny yet, he's still just kind of a dick and he doesn't know what's going on because he's so fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
He's like from this medieval planet.
Medieval, futuristic, old new planet.
Old Norse mythic planet from the future in space.
In space.
Okay. Well, that was a mind bender.
Okay, Loki, the Joker.
Oh God, that would be so hectic.
Loki, the Joker, and Borgullet.
All right. But if we're going Loki and Joker, I would say, oh man, who's a trickster?
Who's a trickster? Dexter Jetster. You know what I'd like to see is those two, and then like someone very serious like Boba Fett.
Yeah, just getting absolutely pissed at their antics. Well, Loki and
Mando.
Joker are Mando. Yeah, Loki, Joker, and Baby Yoda.
And Baby Yoda. Yeah.
Loki and the Joker are just like fucking playing tricks on each other the whole time, and Baby Yoda's just eating macaroons.
Macaroons.
All right, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Phantom Finn, yes, thanks for jumping in, but yes, we're closing things down. I know you're on the other side of the planet, so you're in the future. Have you heard the Star Wars news about Boba Fett? You're in the future. What is it?
What does it tell?
Tell us. Bring us tidings from tomorrow.
From good fortunes. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'll put out something official about this name change if we decide that that's actually happening. But if you have ideas for a new title for this goddamn dangus, let us know. We're all ears.
Holdo removers.
I like Dangus Nation. I'm gonna put my vote in for
That's your officials. Good night.
Oh,
That shit sucks.
stop. Bye everybody. Batman vs Superman is amazing.
Bye
Brennan,
everybody.
You should just watch it again.